Hi everyone. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yep, guys. Good evening. How are you doing today? Hi, Delayo. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon to some of us, right? It's just afternoon, but then good evening to my Nigerian brothers and sisters. Yeah, you know. So yeah, basically what we'll do here today is going to be a short one. Yeah, it's going to be a short one, and I'll be glad if you stay behind, and so we can have our conversation. And feel free to request for the mic. It's available. It's available. Yeah. All right. So today I was just having conversation with someone, and I kind of like develop an interest and just to say a few things. So happy new month to you, and to some happy new year. Yeah, you probably would feel like, why should I say happy new year? Yeah, I want you to know that the conversation I had with a friend, that was in August. I said, she told me that James, she made it a personal decision, and from her religious and personal standpoint, that September was going to be a new year. And why she said that was because she believed strongly that the month of September was going to be a new year for her. Thank you all for joining my Instagram live. I'm happy to have you guys. So, and I'm like, this is weird. Why would you say you want September to be your new year? I actually do not understand what that mean like, right? But then the understanding of that came to me when I myself was thinking, and I was just praying for some things, and I was just bothered. I'm like, okay, so should I say it's something that I myself would desire? So if somebody should say September would be his or her new year, to me then it sounded like, why should she say such? But then it came clearer. What I want to tell you is, no matter how the journey might have been for the year, you should still have this belief that the impossible can still happen. And that's why I recommend you get a copy of this book, Crossing Limits. I have limited copies for you to grab. I have it here for you, and I also have it updated on Amazon. So if you don't get this physical copy, you are able to get the digital copy that is updated. There are a lot of things that I've actually done to that book. So I've made it a book with 11 chapters, and also added 55 reflective questions. So you could just imagine, for each chapter you have 5 questions to reflect on. And if you wouldn't mind, I could take you through the process. I could share with you some of the questions, and I'm sure it's going to be something you will really like. So I strongly believe that this is an opportunity for you to try to know how you can do something that people could probably think is not possible. So I believe in impossibility, and I believe that nothing is impossible. Why? Because I'm a believer, and my Bible says with God all things are possible. So in my book, Crossing Limits, I have been able to improve it. The first publication was last year, so I got feedback for some of the readers and who told me that they liked the fact that I added reflective questions there, because that is actually the best way I understand what I read. So under my Kairos moment. So what happened in Kairos moment? This, you could see, this is the book. So you could see, right? You have a lot to read, but beyond reading what I have here, I also have reflective questions for you. So getting a copy of my book right now, see on Amazon, or you get it on any other platforms, which is also fine. You're going to be having access to 55 reflective questions. So this is something that you would really enjoy, because the questions are there for you and I want you to enjoy it. I'm going to share the questions in the chat. Just do well to check the chat or send me a DM. I'm going to do well to forward you the link. So I'll do well to forward you the link, so you can join on Instagram. You can message me on Twitter. You can message me anywhere. Basically, I want you to understand that in this book, 11 chapters, from the first chapter, which is Kairos Moment, I'm going to talk about the Kairos Moment in brief. And Kairos Moment, I talked about my journey from a location called Popoola in Yaba, and I mentioned how the experience of growing in that environment inspired me to become a better version of myself. So 3 important things that I will never forget I had in that environment were 3 powerful institutions. I mean 3 powerful institutions. Unilag, don't ask me why I didn't go to Unilag. Yaba Tech, then there's also Federal College of Education. In all of these 3 institutions that were closer to my community where I grew up in Lagos, Abule-Ijesha, I had the opportunity of visiting these schools, and I saw great minds, how they become people who achieve great things in life. So that pumped up my desire, and I was able to desire to further my education, and that also increased my desire to also go for trainings, programs that were meant for students in senior classes while I was still a Jambite. And I really enjoyed the opportunity. I really enjoyed the privilege, and I really enjoyed the challenges that also happened, because most times we as humans, we just want to talk about the good parts, but the experience, the challenges we are having as well goes a long way. So I don't want you to say because you have a challenge and then you are discouraged. No, those challenges are actually meant to be. Those challenges are to make you to become the best, and yeah, just the best version of you. So I must tell you that. So I'm giving you two reflective questions after reading, after giving you a summary of the first chapter. So if you're just joining, welcome. Giving a short recap about my book Crossing Limits, and I mentioned that this book has 10 proven strategies to achieve more with less. If you have a copy already, kindly tap in the bio in the chat and let me know. And if you want to get a copy, kindly put your response in the chat. You can also do well to send me a DM on Instagram or on LinkedIn. So I'm going to give you two reflective questions, and those two reflective questions I'm going to give you are questions that you could read and also like go through. So just like I mentioned earlier, before I had 3 reflective questions for each chapter, but have been able to like improve the number of reflective questions for each chapter to 5, and that will give you enough time to pick up your pen and write. So if you don't want to write, you can pick up your phone and also write. What I would love to see is that you overcome the mountain that is before you, the mountain you have created for yourself, or the mountain that is existing, or the mountain that is showing itself just because you are ignorant of some principles. First, I asked, how many books did you read in the last month? For each book you read, what one action did you take to help you move forward? So it's not a matter of reading books. So my first read here will be this book, Faith Adventures by Pastor Chintok Shako. Why? Because I want to increase in my faith level, right? And trust level, right? And reading this, I should take at least one action away from this book. This is not my book. This is somebody's book. This is somebody's experience. So at the end, after reading through this book, I should be able to say, okay, I'm able to get the knowledge in it. I love the design at the back of a tree. It reminds me of, if you have faith as little as a seed, it becomes something as big as this. So after reading this book, which is my current read, I just brought it out from the nylon. Hopefully, if I'm able to create out time, in 2 days I can finish this, and if not, in 1 week I can finish this, because in the past 3-4 days I didn't open any book. I was just writing, planning, strategizing, executing and all. So what book have you read? The book you read, what action have you taken? I've opened a book before, and what I read was just the first page, and I got what I needed from that book. Why did I say that? Because at that moment, I was going through a phase I needed to like get clarity about something. And I read about possibilities that somebody could have. And I decided, okay, I think I've gotten what I need in this book. And I left it. I also went back to the book, picked it up and read through. And I think by now, I've read over 100 pages of that book. If you wouldn't mind, though it's far away, kind of far away, I would just probably go bring the book and show it to you. So what I'm telling you literally is, you can read a book at a time. You can also read a page at a time. So back to my book, Crossing Limits. I've been able to give you 1 out of the 55 questions, and I think we should move to the next one. So the next chapter is know your limits. You said what? All right, no problem. I'll go live just once in a while. I don't like going live. In fact, I have a video that I'm supposed to post, which I'm still going to post the way it is, because I don't like to go live. Yeah, it's not yet time to have it. You get. Wow, that's great. Thank you for sharing the phenomenal Tommy. Next, I mentioned know your limits. Many of us do not know we have limits. That's why we can't cross it. I want to believe that the understanding that you have will give you an edge, because the word knowledge means know, and there is L, learning, and then which is edge, so knowledge. So what you know gives you a edge. What you know gives you a edge. So what you know gives you a edge. So I want you to know your limits. That's another one. And then give you strategy and how you can know your limits. That is in my book. You can order now. You can send me a DM. I'm going to send you details. It's available in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Kenya, in Rwanda, in United States of America, in UK, in US, like any state in the US. Just mention. Currently, I plan to have like a book signing in US, and also plan to have like a book tour later in the year in the US. So if you are around or you have somebody in the US, you can share the flyer when the flyer is out. So for know your limits, I'll pick a question. Create a solid plan to reach your goal. Create a solid plan to reach your goal. Just a minute, I'll be right back. So I have someone who happened to be my friend, and the person read my book, and so the person took a book that belongs to me, and I asked the person to keep it. So the person kept it, and the person wrote a check, and in that check I saw the name of the person. Let me keep the name. This is First Bank Nigeria. Yeah. So in this check, the person wrote her name, the date the person issued herself this check, and the person wrote the amount I stated in this book. If you know, or if you can remember the amount I stated, I mentioned in this book, that you can write to yourself, type it in the chat. If you don't know it, you don't know it. If you want to know it, come to my DM and I'll give you access link to buy this book. I have improved this, and I'm going to be having a book tour later in the year. The book tour is nationwide. Yeah. By nationwide, I do not mean just Nigeria. No, I mean global. Yeah. So, and it's not limited to just Nigeria. It's not limited to Ghana. It's going to be across different countries, and I trust God. It's going to be an impactful one, knowledge sharing, an opportunity to learn, to connect, to network, because I've seen myself more as a connector, and I want to build an opportunity where people can get to like meet other people. Yeah. So there can be something like, oh, I came for your event and I met this person and we have collaborated. Yeah, that would be my joy. So the next thing I'm going to go to is the next chapter, go for knowledge. Yeah, you remember I said earlier, what you know give you an edge. What you know with consistent learning gives you an edge. Don't just know and stay. No, what you know now will become stale tomorrow. What you know tomorrow will become stale a day after tomorrow, because information is getting updated rapidly. So you have to make sure that you don't just stay, this is what I know. No, go beyond what you know. So yeah, I gave a quote by Bishop David Oyedepo. He said, go for knowledge. No, he said, there is no mountain anywhere. Every man's ignorance is his mountain. So wake up and identify your mountains and stack them together. As you stack those mountains together and you carry them like this, put them on your head. I mean it. And then put it on your head, like make sure that they are the top things you think about each day. So if you are to think about the issue, the challenges of those mountains, there are things that you first tick on your list. It can be 5, it can be 1, it can be 2. I like something, you keep it focused. You follow one course until you succeed. Don't go for plenty, don't go for many, because after you have chased after countless number, you might end up getting nothing. Don't fight as such that are fighting the hair. No, you have to be specific. So let me give you a good example using myself. So I observed the way I spend was not a good way to spend money. I reached out to a friend I met through a program, and I told him, sir, I would like to book a call with you, a session with you. For the fact that we are classmates does not mean we know the same thing. Go for knowledge. The knowledge is for you to establish the fact that you have deficiency in this area, and you gather books, and you gather resources, and you gather sermons, you gather teachings, you gather trainings, you gather things that will help your life. I would always say this: waste money, but don't waste your time, because before you know it, you're already old, right? I won't say old because I like to say seasoned. Whether you're young or you're seasoned, one thing will surely happen. That age you have passed, you can't go back to it anymore. All right. So we have spoken about 3 chapters. Then I'm going to give you a question to reflect on. And while reflecting on this question, you must ensure that you think deeply and you write. You don't necessarily have to write in a jotter. You can also write in your notes. So writing is very, very key. It's very, very important. So my question is, what does lifelong learning mean to you? You're done with uni, fine. You're done with your master's, fine. You're done with your PhD, fine. What's next? What is learning to you? If you are not a lifelong learner, a child who knows something you don't know would become somebody you can't approach. Why? Because you are not a lifelong learner. So you should be humble enough to approach life as a phenomenon where you get to learn continuously, because learning is a continuum. You don't learn everything and say, I have reached the bus stop. No, you can only pause but never stop, because learning continues. So the next chapter is get a mentor. And under get a mentor, I said I have seen further. It is by standing on the shoulders of giants. That's Isaac Newton. And that quote actually makes me remember of a good example where I say, if you get this, I want to know. So there is a short math, and in 10 seconds you must give a response. If you're ready, say I am ready in the chat. Let me know. There is a short test I want to do right now. If you're ready, let me know in the chat. The first 2 will be announced as winners, and I'm going to give them a gift instantly. Yeah. A math teacher comes to class and says x plus 2 equals to 4. Find x. What is x? So your time starts now. Countdown of 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. No, that is wrong. X plus 2 equals to 4 is x equals to 2. X is 2, x is 2, x is 2, x is 2, x is 2. Yeah. So where I'm going is this. Nobody got that. I can probably drop another question. I would say that why find x when someone already know the answer to the x? So that's what a mentor does. A mentor already knows the answer, and a mentor can guide you to also get the answer he or she knows. So go get a mentor. X is 2. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not a math student, but it's just a simple analogy that I remember. So the question under get a mentor is in what area or areas would you benefit from having a mentor? That's after you have read, you must tell me what you want to benefit from mentorship. Hi Malet. Hi Malet. Salam. And so I want you to read. So a reminder, I have my book available, updated with 55 questions, reflective questions you can read. And I want you to send me a DM or go on Amazon to make an order, because it's updated, it's available for you to read, and I want to ensure that you gain from the knowledge that is in this book. Yes, if you get this book and you didn't get the knowledge in it, come back to me and I'll give you your money back. Yeah, and I'll even ask you to hold the book. So the next thing is pay the price. Yeah, pay the price. So the heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. That's Aaron Longfellow, an American poet. What he's saying literally is people pay price for everything they accomplish. I pay price for everything that I've accomplished. Sleepless night, you could still not been able to cover up my sleep. Definitely I will. I will definitely. Yeah, so what price do you need to pay to assess the price you want? You need to establish the fact that you need to pay the price for the price. 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 That is very, very important. And until you establish that fact, you are playing. Until you establish that fact, you are playing, because there's always a price for every price. Yeah, so you should bear in mind that there's a price to pay, and be prepared to pay the price. So next is welcome healthy competition. Wow, I love this. I welcome healthy competition. So what this literally talks about is, and I like this quote I gave, which I believe in, is that wake up each morning and stand in front of your mirror to look at your opponent. Your opponent is yourself. As I'm looking at myself now, I wake up each morning and I say, you my opponent, I want to compete with you. A better version of you must emerge. Not the one of yesterday, but a better version of today. And that's how you create beliefs. And that's how you become a better version of yourself. And then one question from this will be, what will you do to celebrate your growth today? That's a reflective question. Another is, let go of the past. Yeah, we allow the past to hold us down more than we focus on the future. So a question I'll give you is, what do you have to offer, big or small? What do you have to offer, big or small? Don't say I have nothing to offer, I am broke. No, that's not you. That's your stage. That's the state you are, but that is not the person you are. You shouldn't judge yourself by money. Money is the least value you can have. Money is the least value you can have. So the next chapter talks about procrastination. It's an issue everyone faces. And I want to let you know that don't feel bad about it. Look for solutions on how you can become productive. Yeah, everyone in the world procrastinates. Yeah, but then the rate at which everyone procrastinates differs. So you must ensure that you bear in mind that you look for ways to reduce how you can be productive and less, and don't procrastinate anymore. So another question I have is, do you tend to procrastinate because of fear or because of perfectionism? So I explain in the book the reasons why people actually procrastinate, and you could check that out in my book. Yes, Crossing Limits, 10 Proven Strategies to Achieve More with Less. We are going on a book tour soon. And you are all invited. Having a copy of this book will be your gate fee. Next is mind your thoughts. Wow, I remember a phrase I mentioned in this chapter. I talked about ensuring that you ensuring that you take your heart as a garden, because your heart is a garden, and as a gardener you can't allow weed to grow in your garden. You have to cut the weed. The essence of the weed is to distract the main plant. So your role also is to do so. The question I have is, how will you replace those limits? So after you have read that chapter, there will be, how will you replace those limits? How would you replace those limits? You think about that and you'll find solution. Next is speak to yourself. So what I can do is, I would stand up and I would say to myself, James, you are blessed. You are a conqueror. You are winning this battle. You do not lose. And even if you fail an exam, you stay encouraged. You stand up and you speak to yourself. You let yourself know that you are not a failure and that you are a winner. You have to declare it. I have some confessions that I can make for you. I could just mention them, and those are confessions that you should make mention of anytime, because they are confessions that will inspire you and make you a better version. I'll probably share those confessions later, because I need to wrap up now. So speak to yourself. Be careful what you say to yourself, because someone very important is listening, and that person is you. So be careful what you say. So once again, grab a copy of this book. Send me a DM and I would send you a link. It's available on Amazon. You can make an order. It gets to your doorstep, delivered, and no issue about that at all. So the question is, now picture your life when these things happen. Yes, yeah, I've pictured my life and I've seen that before. All right, show gratitude. Be grateful for whatever you have. What you are praying for is good, but what you have is what others are praying for. So don't be ingrate. Be grateful for what you have. You're living in answered prayers. You should be grateful for that. You should be grateful for that. So as you express gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. One important thing you can do is to make sure that you live by gratitude. And I think before the last one, I'm going to give you okay, let me give you the last one. So let me give you the words. Okay, the question is, what events from your past are you grateful for? Think down the memory lane. What event in the past are you grateful for? What grateful event are you grateful for? What great event in the past are you grateful for? Don't underestimate the power of gratitude. Yeah, I would give more to one who is grateful than give to one who is not, because he who is grateful would receive more from, and then would be giving more. So I have a short video I would like to play. It's an audio you can listen to, and I pray it bless your heart. And I'm trying to find it. It's just less than 30 seconds, and in 30 seconds is filled with wisdom. And I mean, the wisdoms in it are great wisdom. I must tell you that. I'm trying to find the video. Yeah. So I hope you're able to get it. Alright. So if I'm unable to get it, I will read it out. So he said, the shortest cut to abundance is thanksgiving. I unravel before you a mystery, that nothing finishes in the hands of a man who is thankful. Because what prayer brings, wisdom keeps. Thanksgiving multiplies.
You see, appreciation is...
I say appreciation is qualification for multiplication. You are not where you want to be this year, but you are not also where you used to be. You were not where you want to be this year, but you are not where you used to be. So be grateful, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. Once again, the book Crossing Limits, I want you to grab. I want you to send me DM to get the link. And yes, I'm going to give you the bonus chapter. I'll read 5 out of several points I gave there. Achieving a feat unlocks other feats. Enjoy the process, learn from your failures, and celebrate your successes along the way. If you are able to carry this water, appreciate it along. Appreciate it. Wow, Father, thank you for giving me the grace to carry this water. Some people are unable to have access to clean water. So probably you're able to get a gift from someone. You should be grateful for it, because somebody else do not have that privilege that you have. What you see as normal, it's a golden privilege to some. Another is keep being amazing, and do not forget to document things you do for future reference. And I'll give you one more. Appreciate every opportunity you have. Gratitude again. Greatness lies in you. Cross the limits and be limitless. Greatness lies in you. Cross the limits and be limitless. Thank you very much for joining, and it's an honor having you. Don't forget to get the book Crossing Limits with 10 proven strategies to achieve more with less. We're going to be having a book tour. We're going to be having a book tour across the world, and the locations will come in the coming days and months. I want to make sure that you keep learning. And if you're in America, you could probably send me DM. You can get an autograph copy. And also, if you're in Nigeria, you can send me a DM. You can also get an autographed copy. Alright, so guys, thank you very much for joining. I'm super glad to be here. I'm attending a conference and I'll be speaking on Sunday, 6th of October in Indiana, and it will be my privilege to share the little I know and also to learn from my seniors who have gone ahead. And yes, I will be reading Faith Adventures. Yeah, I want my faith increased, my faith empowered and strengthened. So guys, thank you all for joining. I would have loved to give you guys music, but the time is up. So till we meet again, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone that stayed back. Bye. Thank you, Hayomide. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Wow. I'm shocked. Wow. One of my mentors is here. Miss Irabo. Then Mr. Aziz. Then Brother James. Then we also had Joshi. We had then Lawal. Then Omo Bolariwa. And Mallet. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So I have to go now. I need to go dress up, go out, and yeah, we have a tour. And the tour we're having is to bookstore and all of that. I hope I'll be able to get some books. Yeah. So guys, thank you very much. And yeah, it's nice coming live here. I didn't plan it. I didn't want to. I suppose I was given short time to sleep again, but I said sleep. Sleep. I will sleep later in the night. Yeah. I need sleep actually. Yeah. It's been a long journey. Yeah. So guys, thank you very much. Yeah. So hope you learned something. Let me know. What did you learn? What did you learn? What did you learn? Let me know. Joshi, the prince, said you motivated my current studying and I am looking for seeing you make great exploits. Yeah, thank you. And same to you as well, Joshi. And I wish you the very best and become all that God has made you to be. Yeah. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your dreams. And just like Dr. Oluwole Fakponda will say, you don't make a decision, you don't make a plan from where you are. You make a plan from where you're going. So here in this book, I have some goals I wrote last year, and I was checking this month and I saw that I have achieved some. So you probably do not know what you have achieved because you did not write them down. You probably do not know what you did not achieve because you did not document. So document every process. If you're doing convocation this year, snap picture, because a time is coming when you would not be able to do that. You would have to do for your master's, PhD and all. Don't be too old. Don't live in another century. Don't live in another age bracket. Flow, but then document. Make memories. Go out. Learn and learn and learn. Keep learning. Keep learning. Keep learning. Waste the money on learning, but don't waste your time. Because if you waste your time, you have wasted your life. This week on Monday, I traveled somewhere and I saw someone, and the person I saw happened to be somebody that I knew when I was a teenager. And I saw how the person had grown old, and I'm like, God, wow, how time flies. I probably left the environment like just for 10 years or thereabouts, and the person has changed. So that's to tell you your time equals to the measurement of your life. Please use it well. Use it well, 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 use it well. So each day you wake up, you are not just waking up because you have the power to wake yourself up. No, because you have an assignment. And don't live for yourself. Live for the one who created you, and that is God. So make sure you don't live for yourself and have a dream that is bigger than you. Have a dream that is bigger than you. Don't just be thinking about food, drink, clothes, and where you sleep. No. Think bigger. Expand your mind. Expand your mind. Think bigger. Set those goals now. Those goals that looks foolish. Yes, I want to travel to Ghana this year. I want to travel to Kenya next year. I want to travel to Ethiopia next year. No matter where you travel to, people might tell you where you're traveling to is nonsense. It is just nearby here. I'm sorry. It is not their travel. It is yours. Go and come back. Go to nearby states. Go to another state and enjoy and come back. Snap pictures. Snap pictures. Guys, enough. Yeah. So I should pay the price for the price. I should live by gratitude. I should be grateful. And for where I am, greatness lies in me. I should cross the limit and be limitless. Yes, that is who you are. Thank you, guys. You can make a screenshot of this. You can repost. You can tag your friends. I would try as much as possible to share this. I'm going to save it. Hi, Yasbira. Welcome. I'm Oseginalu. So it's nice having you guys. Yeah, you guys are the most valuable persons. Thank you all for joining. I'm very, very grateful, guys. I'm very, very grateful. So guys, all right, I have to go now.